Alright, well, it's a nice, beautiful day. I'm not very good at this video recording stuff, but yeah, I'm trying to post more. Might be posting more of this stuff on the YouTube channel if I can. You know, just working on beat up cars. I've got a video on removing all of that junk there. It's mainly those that are those are junk. Don't put Chinese coilovers on a car that you intend to do high performance driving with. That's just a good rule of thumb. Don't use those. They're called Flash Shark Chinese garbage. But these are actually Canadian. This is a Canadian guy who does this angle kit, Dassault Fab. I mean, honestly, somebody might be able to buy those. They're probably not that bad out of whack, because that coilover, it broke and it slammed the whole car down. And I think it might have bent one of those a little bit, but they're pretty stout. It might not have. But I ended up getting new control arms and all that stuff anyway. I do got a little video I got to post about all that. You can see here I went with the Feel suspension. Duncan, these are branded, you know, Duncan Performance. Duncan is a local guy from my area, Vallejo. He's real good with the Mustangs. One of the best, you know, when it comes to setting up geometry and doing these angle kits. Duncan, he treated me real well too with all this. So this is his control arm here. Crazy stout tubular control arm. The 3 pieces of metal in there like that. You got the dirtiest drift car in the world because I don't take care of it. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit better than that. Maybe post some more videos of me putting stuff like this together. At least this drift car. There's a lot of in-depth here, putting an angle kit on. I mean, it's not too bad. You know, you got to cut the factory K-member to get your steering, your clearance there for your wheel to turn in there. Use these coilovers. These are the best coilovers probably on the market when it comes to Mustangs. When it comes to the Mustangs, those Feels right there, supposedly, excuse me, some of the best on the market. So yeah, I'm trying to get this thing ready for Winter Jam. Need a mirror. That's what happens when you have stock angle and you fucking do a little bit too hard of a feint right into a wall. You end up crinkled the shit out of my body here. I'd like to fix that. I'd like to make this car look at least halfway decent. You know, because with Sonoma shutting down Wednesday night drifts, I might as well just turn it into a fucking streetable driver so I could at least have fun with it and drive it around or what have you. You know, it's pretty much a trailer queen. It just lives on the trailer and goes to Sonoma. That's what I was doing with it, because it's a full-blown drift car. It's got Duncan Stage 4 angle kit arms on it with the Feel suspension. It does have the Dassault Fab knuckle because that knuckle's so strong. There's no way it got damaged when the thing fell off. I was only doing like 20 miles an hour and it just broke the coil and shoved the wheel up on the fender. So the only thing that would have happened to really bend the arms is it would have bottomed the arm out here, right here. So this arm came up, you know, like that. Not this, those arms over there came up, the one that broke, and hit here and might have bent it. So yeah, I replaced them. Haven't drove in a long time. Got a few things to do. Gotta get my bump steer kit put on, and then I can get alignment, and then the car would be ready to drive. There's a couple other things I'm saving up to do. I need to fix whatever's going on here with this. I'm gonna put a better thermostat, well, a lower temp thermostat in it. And it seems like it's leaking a little coolant, just dripping. It just drips, you know, here and there. It's not like a leak, but it does drip. I don't want that to do it. We need to fix that, you know. Maintenance, as they say. Preventative maintenance is a good idea. Anyway, today we're gonna try to fix this fender. Well, this fender's not too bad. Here, I'll keep turning the phone around. I wonder if I can. Oh well, I don't know how to use these things. Fix this fender, at least install it. This one's not too bad. I don't know if it was last winter jam or the winter jam before that. I think it was the winter jam before that, because I got into a fender bender because this guy was, because I've had the tandem cage in the car, so this guy frickin' was in a BMW. Apparently he trusted me, trusted my line too much, but I had stock angle on the car, so there's only so much you can do. If it goes, it's going. You don't have the full angle kit like this where you can really get it way out there and bring it back. But yeah, so I spun her out. This dude, he just collided with me a little bit. It bent that fender a little, but it's not bad enough to where, and I just had a kid and stuff, man. I ain't got enough money to replace all this stuff, you know. So we're just, I mean, shit, we're backyard mechanic here. Got some nice pumpkins over there. Just plucked a couple pumpkins. Trying to put this old Cobra back together though. It's a really cool car. I built the engine here in the backyard by myself. First dual overhead cam engine I ever built. All I did was put the top end back together, basically. Resprung the heads, put new beehive lift springs in them, so it'll take the RPM a little bit better. It's just all stock though, you know, stock camshafts, all that nonsense. All I did was put springs in the heads. And that thing seems to run, I mean, shit, factory redline's almost 7,000 RPM. Pretty good for a little V8. You can see that tack gets up there. And she'll just sit there right at $7,000 and just purrs like a kitten. Doesn't make any valve train noise. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It don't make all the power in the world, but it probably makes good power. It makes good power, don't get me wrong. It makes a lot more power than a 2-valve single overhead cam 4.6. It makes more power than that by quite a bit. But it ain't no fucking turbo LS or cammed out LS engine, you know. It does sound damn good. Runs damn good. But anyway, here's the deal today. Put the fender back on. So at least get this fender back on. If anybody, I don't really know much about doing body work. I'm not good at doing aesthetic work. I've never been good at the aesthetic work. I can really good at mechanics, like mechanical stuff. I'm pretty mechanically inclined, I'd like to think. So I can put the mechanical stuff back together and make it run well and good. Good and well. Enough for me. You know, so other people might nitpick or critique, you know, hey, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. Well, you know what? I'm just a fucking redneck doing this in my backyard. Best I can. With the money I got at hand and parts I got at hand. But here's the other deal. I want to get these fenders back on by winter jam. And yeah, this one's a little beat up. I'm probably just gonna spend more time banging the dents out of this fender and taking, you know, the cost in labor, even though I'm not a shop or nothing, so labor don't fucking matter. It's Sunday, you know. The cost in labor to fix this thing is probably more than if I were to just go to the junkyard and get a fender, replacement fender, and put the Cobra badge back on it, because that is a real Cobra. It's a real 96 Cobra, first year of the 4-valve engine. I don't want that 5.0 push rod. They don't make enough power, man. That 5.0 push rod don't make enough power either. It's either dual overhead cam 4.6. I think that's one of the best sounding motors, engines, whatever the fuck. That's one of the best sounding engines ever. The 4.6 dual overhead cam just sounds damn good. I don't really like the sound of the Coyotes. I'm a fucking Chevy man, but I drift Fords. Is what it is. The Ford, I feel better beating on that Ford, and if I blow the engine out of it, well, I'd probably be kind of hurt because I did build that engine. It cost me quite a bit of money to put it back together. I mean, not like a ton of money, you know, but you could think about just a standard, just imagine if you've ever put an engine together, do just a standard rebuild, gaskets, full gasket, you know, everything, timing chain, guides, bolts, full gasket kit, respringing the heads, had the heads machined. It needed 16 new valves. Think about this. So the one thing about the pushrod engines, like a LS, small block Chevy, a small block Ford, they only got 16 valves total. That thing has 32. When I put the top end together between the lash adjusters and the rocker arms, there was 128 pieces to the valve train. Okay, that's insane. The amount of pieces in the valve train to put that thing together. It seems really intricate, but it's excuse my language. You need to get better with the language on here, but it seems really intricate, right? 128 pieces, but just like, it's hard to fathom there's that many pieces in the top end between your lash adjusters, your lifters, and your rocker arms and all that garbage. Call it garbage. It's really not garbage. It's actually a fantastic piece of machinery, but it's just astonishing. There's that many pieces to the valve train, and then it goes ahead. You know, with that many pieces to the valve train, this thing's stocked from the Ford factory in 1996, and it will run 7,000 RPM from the factory. It's astonishing. You do that to a small block Chevy or a small block Ford pushrod motor. Do that to a pushrod motor. See, you know, it cost me $4,000. Okay, call it $4,000 to rebuild the engine to stock trim. A little bit of a modification with the springs so that I could get it better. No valve flow at high RPM, because it just lives up there, you know, drifting it. You want it to be, she's fucking on that red line, you know, pretty close to it. But yeah, my point is I don't know if you guys can, well, if you can see it, there's a, you can't see it through the fence, but I got my Chevelle out front, you know, that's the amazing car. Anyway, enough with the ranting and raving. Back to work.